Hi, and welcome to another episode of Mad Dog Garage. Today, we're taking a closer look at this old 1944 John Deere LUH engine, where it came from, and why it still deserves to run. This engine came off a John Deere 12A combine. The 12A combine was a neat machine. John Deere first started building combines in the 20s with the Model 2. The 12A was a lot lighter and simpler machine than the Model 2. The 12A had a 6-foot straight cut header on it and a hopper with a capacity of 20 bushels. The reel was driven by a chain attached to the ground wheel on the hopper side of the machine. To adjust the speed of the reel, different sprockets could be ordered right from John Deere. The LUH engine, like this one, is less common than the LUC engine. The main difference between the two was that the LUC was mounted perpendicular to the tractor hitch, while the LUH was mounted parallel. The LUH had some fancier styling. It also has a longer, more awkward crank as a result. I would imagine the LUC is a lot easier to start. When I got the 12A combine, one of the first things I did was try to turn it over. It was free, but worn and very dirty. I put new piston rings, valve guides in it. I replaced a lot of the seals, checked and adjusted the bearings with plastic gauge, and changed anything that needed to be changed. It had an aftermarket oil filter on it that I removed. I didn't want anything taking away from the oil pressure. I went through the radiator and fixed some leaks. Even with the guards on here, it was packed full of dirt and dust. It's not surprising, as these worked in very dusty conditions. And the guard actually comes off this engine. I'll remove it right away. The idea was that it would take air from a little bit higher than where it would normally take it, and hopefully maybe a little bit less dusty and maybe a little cleaner. Didn't work that great because, like I said, the radiator was absolutely packed full of dust and dirt and other junk. And it was hard to clean. I think I got it. Hopefully it'll not leak when I go to start it and put water in it. But here, I'll show you what it looks like without the cover on. There's just two clasps here on either side. You can take it off. You can get at the radiator. The radiator's right in here. The oil pressure gauge down here. This is a little bit bigger than the LUC was, and as such, the LUH needs a bit of a longer crank. Try to get that on there without scratching too much paint. I rebuilt the drive system. You can see on the bottom right side there. I put new seals and a new bearing for the clutch. The sheet metal was in pretty rough shape, and I did the best I could fixing it. It could have used a bit more, but I'm not a body man, and I don't think it turned out too bad. This side is definitely worse than the other side. This was the side that was exposed to the elements, whereas the other side was a bit more protected by the combine. I had the magneto rebuilt. It has a nice fat spark now. It helps start it. The carburetor was pretty crusty as well, but I cleaned it, put a new carb kit in it. It seems to work pretty good. I still have a few finishing touches. I'd like to get decals and a few other things on it, probably paint it once more as well. But for now, I'm going to leave it like this and wait till it gets a little bit warmer outside. It's about probably minus 15 degrees Celsius today, and it's supposed to get colder, so we'll wait a little bit to do that. It would be good to find a way to make starting it less awkward, but again, it's not the top priority for now. I need to add water to the radiator. Haven't done that yet. Probably won't do it today either, but they're running it for a few minutes here and there isn't going to hurt it. And I need to maybe add water and maybe some antifreeze just to see if it will leak, or if the repairs I did to the radiator work. It doesn't have a water pump. It's all thermosiphon. So the idea is that the hot air, the hot water would rise, and then as it cooled off, it would go down through the radiator, go back down, and then the whole cycle would just continue through thermodynamics. It didn't work too bad. Same system that Model T's used, so it works not too bad as long as everything is nice and clean and able to flow correctly. We can try to start it and then take a closer look. First, I'll turn the gas on over here. Give it some choke. As you can see on this side, has the magneto, water drain, oil filler, power comes off through this spline shaft here. Oil gauge, crank. Normally the crank would be mounted on another beam in the combine itself. As you can see on this side, exhaust manifold slash intake manifold, carburetor. The air cleaner is a bit of a neat setup on this thing too, with a long pipe going to the air cleaner. It's hard to see, but there's a sediment bowl back there coming off the gas tank. If you look at the top of the tractor, the gas tank cap is there, and there's the cap to fill the radiator. Pretty neat little machine, pretty neat little tractor, or not tractor, engine rather. I'm going to check the gas. Still a little bit left, should be enough. Throttle controls right here. Choke, no choke, there. I think we had plenty of choke before. Some of these things get a little temperamental when it's cold out. But there you have it.